Today is Advent Day 8 and the topic of today is purpose. So today's Bible verse is coming from Ephesians 2:10 and it says, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." So God created each and every one of us. Every 8 billion one of us on this earth have a purpose, and we are created by God for a reason. We are not an accident, and we are made with intentionality and for a reason. So literally, when you are feeling like you have no purpose, because sometimes honestly I do, I always have these feelings inside. I'm like, I just feel like so unworthy. I feel like I have no reason to be on this earth. But deep down, you do. So if you are having those thoughts, just know that you have a purpose and God has sent you to this earth. God created you in your mother's womb for a reason. So the same God that orchestrated the things coming to Jesus' birth and the one that orchestrated Jesus' birth is the same God that orchestrated your birth. The time, the place. He literally had those things, that time you were born, the place, for a reason. They weren't just a random time God chose, just to choose that time for no reason, but it's actually a reason that those times are chosen. Everything that happens in our lives, like suffering, the good things in our lives, those actually are part of our story. They contribute to the reason why we are here. They help us grow and get to the point where we can perform the gifts that God has given us, whether it's like a singer, an athlete, a nurse, God gives us those gifts for a reason, so that we can perform his works and so that we can show off his works to others, like non-believers. We can show them that our God is mighty and that he loves us and he gave us these gifts for a reason. So like, for example, Forrest Frank, he got a gift from God to be a singer. He makes Christian music, so that is his gift from God, to make music and spread the word while using that gift from God. Just know that you're here for a reason, and we all have a purpose on this earth, whether you believe it or not. Maybe right now you're in a season where you just, you feel like there's nothing for you, but God is working it out. Just trust in him, have faith, and know that everything will turn out good. Alright, thank you for watching.